throne, and the future of the English monarchy seemed more fragile than ever before. During this turbulent age, known to history as the Wars of the Roses, few could have imagined that an exiled young man, with a distant claim to the throne, would become the founder of one of the greatest royal dynasties in European history. His name was Henry Tudor, later crowned King Henry VII, and his remarkable journey from refugee to king would forever change the destiny of England. Henry Tudor was born on January 28, 1457, inside Pembroke Castle in Wales. Even before he entered the world, tragedy had already shaped his life. His father, Edmund Tudor, Earl of Richmond, died several months before he was for almost 14 years. These years became the foundation of his character. Unlike princes raised amid luxury and certainty, Henry matured in foreign courts, where survival depended upon diplomacy, patience, and careful judgment. Every alliance required caution. Every promise demanded scrutiny. Every decision carried enormous consequences. Henry Tudor unexpectedly became one of the few surviving Lancastrian claimants. This distinction placed him in grave danger. Remaining in England meant risking imprisonment or death. Meanwhile, England experienced another dramatic political transformation. Richard III ascended the throne under circumstances that have remained controversial for centuries. Many nobles questioned Richard's legitimacy, while others feared continued instability under his rule. Gradually, dissatisfied supporters began looking beyond England's borders toward the exiled Henry Tudor. Although Henry possessed neither overwhelming military strength nor an unquestionable hereditary claim, he represented something equally powerful. He offered the possibility of ending decades of civil conflict. His marriage to a Yorkist princess could unite the rival houses that had torn England apart. For many nobles exhausted by endless warfare, peace became more attractive than continued dynastic rivalry. By the summer of 1485, Henry believed the opportunity had finally arrived. With financial assistance from France and the support of loyal followers, he assembled an invasion force and sailed for Wales. On August 7th, he landed at Milford Haven. His army was relatively small compared to the forces available to King Richard III. Yet Henry understood that numbers alone would not determine the outcome. Political loyalty mattered just as much as military strength. As Henry marched across Wales toward central England, additional supporters joined his cause. Welsh families rallied behind him, while influential English nobles secretly prepared to change sides if circumstances favored the challenger. The entire kingdom waited anxiously for the inevitable confrontation. That decisive moment came on August 22, 1485, at the Battle of Bosworth field. Richard III commanded the larger army and entered the battlefield as the reigning king. Henry Tudor possessed fewer soldiers but benefited from uncertain loyalties among Richard's own supporters. During the battle, several powerful noble families withheld their full commitment until the outcome became clearer. When they finally intervened, their decisions transformed the course of English history. Victory alone, however, could never guarantee lasting stability. Henry understood that civil wars ended only when former enemies found reasons to cooperate. One of his first and most significant political decisions was marrying Elizabeth of York in 1486. This marriage united the rival houses of Lancaster and York through both blood and symbolism. Their union created the famous Tudor Rose, combining the red rose of Lancaster with the white rose of York, representing reconciliation after decades of conflict. Henry also recognized that effective government depended upon strong institutions rather than personal charisma alone. Throughout his reign, he restored financial discipline to the monarchy, strengthened the authority of the crown, improved tax collection, encouraged trade, and reduced the military independence of powerful nobles. His government increasingly relied upon educated administrators and experienced lawyers instead of aristocratic families, whose loyalties frequently shifted according to political circumstances. His cautious approach sometimes earned criticism from contemporaries, who considered him excessively careful or overly concerned with finances. Modern historians, however, often view these same qualities as the foundation of England's recovery. Henry inherited a kingdom exhausted by warfare and left behind a monarchy that was considerably wealthier, more secure, and better organized than it had been for generations. Henry's own claim to the English throne was relatively weak. Through his mother, He descended from King Edward III by way of the Beaufort family. Although the Beaufort line had been legitimized, questions remained regarding its right to inherit the crown. Yet in times of political chaos, legitimacy was often determined not only by blood but also by opportunity, military success, and the support of powerful allies. Henry also secured England's future through diplomatic marriages. His eldest son, Arthur, married Catherine of Aragon, forging an alliance with Spain. His daughter Margaret married James IV of Scotland, a union whose descendants would eventually unite the English and Scottish crowns more than a century later. Although Prince Arthur died unexpectedly. Below, let us know which king, queen, emperor, or historical figure you would like to see featured next. Until our next journey into history, thank you for watching. England was once a kingdom consumed by violence, uncertainty, and civil war. Noble families turned against one another. Kings were crowned only to be overthrown.